The investigation is, quote, ongoing. But there are growing concerns today about Mr. Snowden's claims about how our government is spying on us and is capable of spying on us. Snowden suggesting that officials at the NSA can wiretap anyone, even a guy like him, 29 years old, working for a contractor for 3 months, with just a single email address and a laptop. Listen.
I, sitting at my desk, certainly had the authorities to wiretap anyone, from you or your accountant to a federal judge to even the president if I had a personal email. And then they can use the system to go back in time and scrutinize every decision you've ever made, every friend you've ever discussed something with, and attack you on that basis. Oh, absolutely. I mean, anybody in the positions of access with the technical capabilities that I had could, suck out secrets, pass them on the open market to Russia. If I had just wanted to harm the U.S., that you could shut down the surveillance system in an afternoon.
Joining me now, Cedric Layton, a former deputy director at the NSA. Cedric, great to see you here. Do you think that's true?
Well, I can tell you, Megan, for a fact that is not true, and here's why. NSA does not allow its people to do those kinds of things as he describes them, and especially someone in his employ, his level of employment, doing the things that I believe he did in terms of his employment history, based on the news reports that we've seen. There is no way that he would be able to do that from one email address to get in and then perpetrate a spying regimen and database mining based on that.
What about, so you say they wouldn't allow it, but do you believe that he would have been capable of it, if he wanted to do it illicitly?
If he wanted to do it illicitly, there are certain things he could have done, but there is still no way, even if he were technically proficient, and he may very well be fairly technically proficient, there is no way he could actually go into an email address and, based solely on that email address, go out and actually find all the data that pertains to an email and to include the internal contents of it. And quite frankly, given his position, there is no way that he would have had access to all of the data within that system, because the data is segregated within that system, and nobody has complete access to everything that's there. So, to say the least, I think, Megan, his statements are overblown.
Okay, so, but if they want to do it, and I'll expand this beyond the NSA to hackers and the tech types who look into these things, if they want to do it, if they get, your email address or my email address, can they tap right into it and, as this guy claimed in his interview with The Garden, literally see your thoughts forming as you type them, monitor you real time?
It takes some other techniques to do that. A lot of hackers have been able to do things like go into microphones, for example. A lot of laptops now have embedded microphones within them. Your iPhone or your Android is basically a microphone/radio. So you can go in and actually open those up. People have demonstrated these at hacker conferences, techniques where they go in and actually listen to conversations, and also ambient conversations within a room. So let's say I bring my cell phone in and I turn it off. It is possible to remotely turn the cell phone back on and then record the conversations that are going on in a room. So that is technically possible.
That's incredible. So you're telling me that, just sitting right here, if they wanted to, they could tap into this iPhone, even if I have it powered down, entirely powered down, not just, silent, but powered off, and they can use it as a microphone to listen to what I'm saying.
It is possible to do that. Doesn't mean it is happening, but it is certainly possible to do that.
Okay,
Some of the techniques...
But let me move on to the next question, because I just want to confirm that is possible. Is my dishwasher spying on me?
Not yet. You probably don't have, Megan, what I would call a smart dishwasher. I'm sure it's very intelligent in and of itself.
I've seen it work. But
the type of dishwasher that we'd be talking about is one that is wired to the rest of the home. So if you're talking about a smart home, kind of like what someone like Bill Gates would have, he has reportedly a house that does all kinds of nifty technological things.
No, but these are all the rage right now. People are getting it so that you can control, your security system and your lighting system if you're on vacation. You can say, oh, I forgot to turn the lights down. You can do it from your iPhone and turn it down. So it's not just Gates and company, more and more people are getting this smart home technology. Go ahead.
Right. But the basic thing, Megan, is that yes, you can go hack into these systems, and because they're connected to the internet and because they're connected to your network, they can go in and they can manipulate things. They can turn off dishwashers, turn them on. They can turn on alarm systems. They can turn them off if they want to break into your house.
Well, I don't care if they're turning on or off my dishwasher, but I do care if they're listening to my conversation through my microwave or my fridge or my dishwasher. And it sounds like you're telling me that is potentially possible if I hook them up to the internet.
It is if those devices have microphones embedded in them. Some of them do come with things where they go with voice commands, for example. So in those cases, it's technically possible that you could do something
How
like
about your
that,
TV?
yes.
If you connect to like Netflix, if you connect your TV to the internet, does that make your TV a vehicle through which people can spy on you?
Potentially. Well, let's put it this way. Netflix and others do that right now. They determine what kinds of programs you're watching, and they give you your favorite list. So, and the cable systems do the same thing, where they go in and they figure out what your preferences are, so they know, what you're watching.
Well, I know, but that's not from eavesdropping on me and my husband saying, God, we love Game of Thrones. That's from looking at what we select and what we TiVo or DVR, but it's different if you're telling me bad guys can actually somehow pop in there and listen. By the way, is it possible for them to also see me and my viewers at home?
Only if they have a camera embedded in them. If there's a camera embedded in the device or somebody puts a camera in there illicitly, yes, it is possible to do that. But that goes into surveillance techniques that are ones that NSA itself would not do, but there are other entities out there, to include foreign intelligence services, that are pretty well practiced at doing things like this. So yes, it is possible that this can happen, and as long as systems remain unencrypted, it is more likely that in the future we'll see these kinds of things.
I'm gonna have to start encrypting my refrigerator. I don't know how to, I can't even figure it out for my email, never mind my fridge. Cedric, it's been eye-opening. Thank you.
My pleasure, Megan. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Is anyone else?